Hey Nathaniel, do you have any suggestions for stocks this month?
No.
No? You don't have like two or three stocks that you would recommend for the month of June in 2021?
Listen, Manny. I'm posting a lot of stuff on my TikTok. I'm posting a lot of stuff on my Instagram, about how people can earn money, ways to make money online. Check out my TikTok. You know what? Let's do it. All right. Here's the video today. We're starting with it. Top 3 stocks I think you should own and buy right now and hold for the month of June. We'll get into it. So top 3 stocks I think you should own. So first stock, and before we get into it, all I ask that you like, comment, and subscribe, and go follow me on TikTok and Instagram, and of course DrippySeth97 on Instagram. Go follow him, and if you need photographies for weddings, real estate, whatever you need, just go DM him. He's the man. I'm not. He's the work behind all this beautifulness that we see here. I'm actually barely a face. He just kind of tells me to get my stuff ready and together, and I'm just like, okay, man. And he's like, no, you look ugly today. I'm like, I got it from my mom. So we'll start with the third, and then we'll move up to, I think, the top stock you should be owning for the month of June and probably for the rest of the year. But we'll start with numero 3, okay? So the third kind of top stock, so 3 out of 1, that I think you should own is actually a company called Beyond Meat. And I don't think this is a huge surprise for a lot of people, in the food industry, a lot of people that are looking at, kind of long-term companies. Beyond Meat has actually retaken over their 200-day EMA. So we'll pop up a picture of the chart right here. So we're gonna, as you look at the chart here, I kind of have the 200 EMA out. As you can see, the Beyond Meat has kind of taken over. And as of filming of this video of June 15th, it's currently trading at about $148. I do think the long-term projection for Beyond Meat is about $200. So that's about a $50 gain if you buy one share. I do think Beyond Meat, especially with things starting to open up more as COVID and people are starting to get more vaccinated, get vaccinated, you are going to see kind of Beyond Meat pushing forward a lot more to the people that cannot eat meat or people that choose not to eat meat, especially in grocery stores, as we see things opening up. So I do think Beyond Meat is a good buy for the month of June. Like I said, current price is about $148 of filming this video, and I do think it probably will come to about $200. It might come back a little bit, kind of to the 138, 139 range. If it does hit that point, I do think it is a for sure buy, and then kind of weight it up into the about $200 range for it to kind of test itself. But Beyond Meat, like I said, is a company that I feel is kind of a long-term projection, definitely for the month of June, maybe even through the month of July, where you can see some gains for sure. For Beyond Meat, has a good company behind it. It has good volume kind of trading in it each day, and it has a lot of back through institutions, through a lot of grocery stores and high-end big box sellers. So I think Beyond Meat is kind of the third stock that I'm going to talk about. And the reason why I put it at third is because it's not one that I personally am invested in. It is one that I feel is a good long term. Like I said, I am more of a day trader, so I don't hold things for too long term. But for those of you that are maybe just getting started, Beyond Meat I think is a very good start for you. So numero dos. I know we're moving quick, but that's just the life. That's just life, right? So number 2, and for those of you that know me, this is not going to be surprising. It's a little bit of a hype stock just because of the whole Reddit situation, the Wall Street bets, kind of all the things, the whole pumps that have been going on, the short squeeze with AMC, GME. The second stock that I believe everyone should be owning, and this again is a long-term stock, but you can see some very short-term gains quickly, is actually with a company called Palantir. So PLTR. I'm just pulling up the chart here, just so I also have it in front of me. So for those of you that don't know, Palantir is actually a company which engages in development of data and software, and actually can be used to kind of help efficiency within companies. It is currently being used by the government agencies, so you can see that it does have a lot of back to it, and the hype behind Palantir I think is really good.
If you want something else, it's a huge world. Buy some other stock. Yeah. You don't have to buy Palantir. No one's forcing you. We're completely liquid. Do something else.
So that you just saw there was actually the owner of Palantir, and Palantir is in its early stages of the company. It's more focused on developing its company itself and reinvesting in itself, which is not always great for those Wall Street big boys because they're more concerned for quarter-over-quarter returns and the profit quarter-over-quarter, whereas Palantir right now is more concerned about building their company because they do know they are going to be a long-term company and they are going to be something big, not only for for the States, but also for Canada, Australia, Europe, a lot of other countries and continents in the world that can use their software for efficiency through their companies. So my prediction for Palantir, as you can see the charts being pulled up right now, it's trading as the filming of this video, $24.71 roughly. My long-term projection for Palantir is about $40. After $40, I will be adding into my position, waiting for a 60, and then just kind of honestly holding it for the next 5 to 10 years. So I am personally invested in Palantir. I do have a very large position in Palantir. I'm not going to tell you the price that I got in because it doesn't matter. But all that you need to know is that I am personally invested in Palantir, and the projections that I had put is what I believe Palantir will get to probably within the next couple of years. Again, as you can see, Palantir is a long-term hold. So this video is very good for those of you that are just getting into the market that just kind of want to put some money in. I do think Palantir is a good place to put your money into, and definitely you can make some short returns, but I do think it is more of a long-term game for sure. So like I said, I do trust in the company. I do like what they are doing. I do like that they are more of a cybersecurity and data software company, and I think it will be extremely useful in a post-pandemic era. So that's why Palantir ranks numero doso on my list. All right. And for my top buy of June, which you can make a lot of money on very quickly, it's definitely more of a short-term, I would say, stock, just because of the volatility of the stock itself, and that is Mara, lovely Mara. And yes, I'm stealing that saying from another YouTuber, so credits to you if you know who you are. But anyway, Mara is kind of my top pick for June. The reason Mara is my top pick for June, and I will pull up the chart right as of now. So Mara right now is a buy for me because it broke actually its previous resistance level of about $29. It is currently trading above that level. Mara still needs to prove itself a little bit to me to kind of hold above that $29 range. So I'm kind of waiting to add more into my position. But if Mara can break above the $30 range, $31 range, and kind of keep above that 200-day EMA, I do think it is a very good buy, and I am projecting Mara to go to about $60 by the end of this year. That is $30 gain, kind of if you're holding one share. So I do think that Mara is a good shorter term stock to be holding. For those of you that don't know, Mara is actually a mining company for cryptocurrency. So it is technology used for mining cryptos, for Bitcoin and kind of all the other cryptocurrencies that actually can be mined, right? So it uses the blockchain ecosystem to generate a digital asset. So for those of you that kind of want to get involved in cryptocurrency but don't want to buy cryptocurrency directly or don't really know how to get involved, honestly, mining is huge because I think they were projecting, and I could be very wrong with this figure, so don't hold me to it, but they're saying in the next couple of years, mining, at least Bitcoin, will become obsolete because most of the Bitcoins will actually be mined. So I do think, like I said, is that Mara might not be a very long-term hold as their company will develop over time, but I do think right now for short-term gains, it will be huge. As you can see from the chart, we did have a huge bull run back in March 2021, as we kind of had that bull run with Bitcoin and a lot of other cryptocurrencies, and I do think we are going to see a very similar bull run with Mara in the coming weeks to months, with Mara pushing over the $30 up to $40 up to $45, and then potentially up to $60. And if it can break over $60, I'm definitely doubling down on my position and adding into it. So Mara would be my number one pick for June and July, just to kind of get sort of that short-term gain and also that long-term gain of profit. So we have come to the end of the video, but wait, before you go anywhere, before you leave and say, I'm sick and tired of hearing this Portuguese god. Manny's shaking his head like, you are not a god. I'm not a god. Yet. So for all this, I'm going to give a bonus stock that I think is another long-term stock, definitely for the month of June, July, and honestly just a long time. And I am a person that I give credit where credit is due. So as I'm talking and closing my eyes and touching my forehead, my dear friend Bjorn Ironside, aka Manny, is going to pop his head in front of the camera. He is shy because he did get a little sunburn, but he's okay. Woo! I do give credit to Drippy Seth because he was actually the one that brought this stock to me and asked me about my opinion on it. I thought he was crazy. No, I'm kidding. I never think he's crazy. I thought it was a good buy. I thought it was a good buy because of what the company's doing, because of the long-term outlook of the company, but also the chart looked supreme. So drum roll, please. So the company is actually called HEXO Corp. I'm not personally invested in HEXO, but the reason I'm putting it in is because, as you guys know, everything surrounding cannabis and the legalization of cannabis, especially in Canada where we're from, but also the States, New York and a lot of other states talking about fully legalizing marijuana. HEXO Corp may actually be a huge buy and a good buy for a long-term play. The reason is because HEXO actually is a consumer packaged goods cannabis company, and it basically distributes and serves the global cannabis market. The reason why I believe HEXO is probably a very good buy right now is because HEXO is actually buying a lot of bigger cannabis companies, and they're in the talks of actually buying out Aurora Cannabis, which in Canada is huge. As the filming this video, HEXO Corp, as you can see from the chart, is trading at about $5.96. It is currently trading below the 200 EMA. I do think HEXO may come down to closer to $5, and if it does, I do think it is a huge buy because I could see HEXO coming to $10, breaking above 11, and continuing up to the bullish side because I do think there is a huge bull potential for HEXO, especially in the next coming years, especially for all of my cannabis friends out there, the people that do think that the cannabis market will go to a very long position. Now, again, I'm not promoting the consumption of anything. All I'm saying and all I'm talking about here is the finances of this company. And I do think that it is a good company to invest in over the long period of time, especially for you to make some longer term profits again. So that is a bonus stock I think you should buy. HEXO Corp, which is a cannabis company, as I mentioned, that is taking over the cannabis world one blunt at a time. So that concludes the video. We're at the end of this video. That probably was really loud because I clapped. Anyway, my apologies. You know me, I use my hands a lot. That's the end of the video. Thank you guys for staying tuned to the end for my top 3, or in this case top 4, stock picks for the month of June and month of July. Stay tuned for more videos. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe, and big news coming soon that will actually help everyone and help benefit you guys for sure. So thank you for tuning in and staying tuned and listening to all my antics and kind of who I am as a person. I hope this helps you. I hope you're all profitable, and peace out.